We're at Rockbridge High School for some girls college, or excuse me, not college basketball, girls high school basketball. Getting a little ahead of myself
Easy
here.
there, Matt. Yeah.
As we have Rockbridge taking on the Battle Spartans here. Rockbridge comes in this game ranked 4th in the state in the most recent poll. They are 6-2 on the year, and Battle comes in with a record of 1-5. Kieran, you want to talk a little bit about the Rockbridge Bruins?
Yeah, the Rockbridge Bruins have an incredible starting lineup this year. They've got a couple college athletes. Again, yes, they're ranked 4th in Missouri Class 5. Their last game was actually a loss to Sullivan in the championship game of the People's Holiday Classic. It was a tough one for the Bruins, but you know, Sullivan was a great team. This is their first home game of the year. That's why we got this sellout crowd here tonight. We had a short honoree of the 2008 state championships, a legacy that started to persevere a kind of a winning attitude here at Rockbridge. A lot of veteran leaders here tonight. Addie Logston, Katie Clucking, Peyton McAllister, you know, the list goes on, and they're going to be one of the big impact players of this game tonight. We got the, again, like I was saying, the dynamic duo, as they're called, Peyton McAllister and Katie Clucking, some of the highest scoring athletes in the state of Missouri. Both of them going on to play at the next level right now, and they have been the heart and soul of the Rockbridge team thus far. McAllister and Clucking are averaging almost 13 points a game, you know, rebounds, everything. They are just across the board impressive.
As that was the first tip, and it was controlled by Battle, and Aaliyah Kemp will handle the basketball, and she's going to dish it down low. Running jump shot is good by Kendra Mackey. That'll give the Battle an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, you know, I think what we're going to see here tonight is these Rockbridge Bruins just kind of try to take over the game here. This Battle team is a little younger, a little more inexperienced, and they, I think the Rockbridge Bruins are just going to try to kind of exploit that and use some of their veteran knowledge to better themselves in every facet of the game.
Bruins continue to work the ball around the perimeter, swinging it left to right and back right to left. Inside now to Collier. She's going to give it off to Clucking, and it's knocked away. Grabbed back up by the Bruins. McAllister handles it now. Inside to Aaron Pewitt. Down in the Clucking. Short rebound Battle. And it's out of bounds, and the Bruins will keep the possession.
That's uncommon for Clucking there. She's a real kind of hard-nosed, no-nonsense type player. She usually doesn't let any play go unfinished.
Quick inbounds here. They're going to look inside the Clucking again, but she's going to dish it back out. McAllister for 3. She got it. Peyton McAllister. 3-2 Bruins. Bruins with a little pressure now. Mackey handles it for the Spartans. She's going to give it off to Kemp.
McAllister has not yet missed a three-point shot this year. That's 10-0.
Impressive stat, Kieran. Inside to Mackey again, and she just off the mark. Rebound Bruins. McAllister's going to push it up the floor to Clucking. Jump shot is short. And it was last touched by Battle. And it'll be Rockbridge basketball.
Matt, let's talk a little bit about some of the keys to the game here that the Rockbridge Bruins are going to have to put up to go against these Battle Spartans and succeed on the hardwood here tonight.
Well, I think for Rockbridge, there's certainly a more experienced team. Battle comes in with only 3 seniors on their entire varsity roster. As Clucking gets it inside for a nice one-handed layup. As Battle lost a lot of seniors last year, and they're struggling this year with a record of 1-5. They've got leaders like Kendra Mackey, so she's got the only points so far for the Spartans tonight. However, I think just if the Bruins can overpower the Spartans early, I think that's their key to success tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I would say that just controlling that sort of tempo up and down the court would be one of the major keys to, you know, keeping them ahead of the game in against the Spartans here tonight.
Addie Logston attempts to steal the basketball, but gets called for the foul. That is her first of the night. And the Spartans will inbound. Inbounded to Aaliyah Williams, a junior. She's averaging 6.5 points a game. Aaliyah Williams now has it inside. She's going to dish it back out to Mackey. Mackey 2 dribbles and throws it up. Wild off the backboard. Rebound Clucking. Clucking will bring it up the floor and give it to McAllister as they continue to push it for the Bruins. Inside to Maddie Collier. A little hesitation. She seems to have slipped, lost her balance, and turnover by the Bruins.
Maddie Collier going to be a force to be reckoned with here in the next few years. She's only she's only a junior, so she's still got a year left to play, and you can see how developed her game is already.
Nice give and go there as Ashley Bland is fouled on the shot attempt, and she will step to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Bland's first free throw is good. That'll make the score 5-3. Rockbridge still has an early 2-point lead here with 4:50 left in the first quarter.
Coach Jill Nagel checks in Kenesha Green McLean there, trading her out with Aaron Pewitt. Nagel, one of the dominant high school basketball IQs here in Missouri. She's known for her state championship ability. She's got quite a few on her record.
Logsdon's shot attempt is off the mark. Rebound Collier, and it's good. Battle's going to push it up the floor now. Number 14, Trinity McCoy, struggles with the basketball for a mere moment. Bland calls for the help. As the Spartans continue to work it offensively. Inside to Mackey, turns, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, throws it up off the mark, air ball, rebound Collier. As the Spartans do not look good on the offensive end tonight so far. Clucking with a nice couple of moves there, loses the basketball for a moment. Should give it to Collier, short to the left, her jump shot. Rebound to Leah Williams.
Collier really controlling the boards tonight thus far, only being rivaled by 35 Kendra Mackey, but for the most part, she has had she's come down with most of the balls that have been in the air.
Not a tremendous amount of height for these Spartans as Williams' 3-point attempt, it hits off the backboard. Offensive rebound by the Spartans, but that shot is off the mark as well. Up ahead to Clucking, and she does not able to convert the layup, but she will take it back out. Bit of a wild pass there from McAllister. They will reset at the top of the key. Inside to Collier. Good left hand, and she's fouled. She will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And you see the Rockbridge scheme thus far tonight. Until they can shut down Maddie Collier, it looks like they're just going to go ahead and feed her, see how many points they can get on the board before Battle Keys on it.
Well, Collier's almost a head taller than anybody else out on the floor.
Yeah.
She misses the first free throw. I don't see any reason why not to work it to her, as she's got a substantial height difference. And if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Keep going to it until they figure out a way to stop it.
And, you know, I think one of the assets that Coach Nagel has here is as soon as they do key in on Collier, she's just going to kick it right back out to her shooters, Peyton McAllister and Katie Clucking. It's difficult to fight a team that excels at every angle.
Mary Capron is checked into the game as there's a steal there by Rockbridge. Katie misses the first layup attempt, but Clucking, and then another steal, and McAllister makes the layup. And then we have to have a timeout here by Battle, as Coach Michael Fernandez is going to have to talk over what just happened, as Bruins get 2 quick steals and 2 quick buckets, and all of a sudden it's 12-3 Bruins.
Yeah, the Spartans looked a little stifled there. It looked like they didn't quite know what to do. Again, that kind of exemplifies their young squad that they have out there tonight. I think in the next few years with a little bit of varsity veteran leadership, I think they could kind of develop into a nice team. It doesn't look like they have any it looks like they have a decent amount of talent. It's just that this Rockbridge team is so above and beyond a lot of the programs that they're facing that it's difficult to, compare.
was an interesting stat here. 22 of the 29 kids in the Battle girls basketball program are either freshmen or sophomores. So it's a
wow,
extremely young team. As Aaliyah Williams stumbles, Spartans are able to keep the possession as Aaliyah Kemp now handles the basketball. McCoy's trying to work it down low. Little jump shot is good. Made there by we'll find out.
Number 3 for the Battle Spartans.
Yes, we'll figure out what her name is. She's not listed on the roster. Steal there by Battle, and they'll take it the other way.
Looks like number 23, Aaliyah Kemp, seems to be kind of controlling the, seems to be the floor general for the Battle Spartans here tonight.
And she misses the layup there. Right, spoke with Coach Fernandez. He takes the shot. That was off the mark. Rebound by number 3. As
Clucking looking a little out of her element there tonight. She doesn't have very many points as far as we can tell. Like, I'm not sure if you folks at home can see it, but Coach Jill Nagel for a while now has requested that the stat board on the scoreboard no longer remains on here at Rockbridge High School. It's a very kind of de-individualizing tactic where her girls don't get to know how many fouls or how many points they have. They just play the game and they play their hardest regardless of the circumstances.
Well,
and
it's an interesting tactic. As McAllister's layup is no good. She gets her own rebound though. Number 10, Mary Capron, goes up and is fouled, and she will step to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Going back to Aaliyah Kemp, she's a sophomore point guard, and she's continuing to develop her court leadership skills, according to Coach Fernandez of the Spartans. As it's difficult to be a sophomore and be a point guard, especially with a team playing against a team like Rockbridge, but she certainly seems to be doing a decent job so far tonight. As Capron gets the first free throw to go. Second one is nothing but net as well. Makes the score 14-5. Bruins are up by 9. Pressure again here from Rockbridge as the Spartans continue to struggle. Tipped away by Clucking. The Spartans will keep possession. It seems to be Trinity McCoy as well as Aaliyah Kemp trying to break this press of the Bruins, but they've been so far very unsuccessful. As there's continued pressure now, Aaliyah Williams handles the basketball. She's going to give it back off to Kemp. Kemp pushing it. Draws the contact, but no foul. Rebound by Clucking.
Just as we were saying, this Rockbridge team is really just grinding the gears on the Battle Spartans here tonight. They have, every inbounds play, every time they try to set up at the top of the court, they are just completely pressing them, trying to get this young team to make some silly mistakes. And thus far, it has worked.
Good offensive rebound there by Mary Capron as she gets the shot to go. Air ball there again by Williams, inside to Williams, and she gets the friendly roll. Good for another 2 points for the Spartans. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Our score is 16-7. As the Rockbridge Bruins continue to rotate offensively. Is knocked away there by Kemp. McAllister holds on to it though. Seems that the Bruins may want to hold here for the last shot of the quarter. But as soon as I say that, they throw it away. Capron was looking inside for Clucking, but sadly Clucking's not 6'4". Pass is just a little over her head. And it'll be Spartan basketball. As the pressure is again present for the Bruins. Inbound to Kemp. She's going to give it back to McCoy, and Aaliyah Williams is now going to handle the basketball. 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Inside, back outside. Aaliyah Williams spins at the buzzer, way off the mark. And that'll make our score at the end of 1. Rockbridge 16, Battle 7. Dominating first half by the Bruins. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And we're back here with the Rockbridge Bruins against the Battle Spartans as the girls take on a crosstown rivalry. Rockbridge leaves 16-17 over the Spartans already, and it does not look like the Spartans know much what to do against this impressive Rockbridge squad.
Air ball there by Logston, however, as the Spartans haul in the rebound and now go the other way offensively. A couple of substitutions for Battle. We'll see if we can get those to you. They're not listed on the varsity roster. Flip it over. JV team, Aaliyah McCarthy is checked in, number 13, as well as number 3 is Miss Marshall. Bucket there, good, by Addie Logston.
Yeah, you know, Battle's just going to have to get down to the nitty-gritty type playing style here to win tonight.
Another great steal there by Peyton McAllister, and she gets the layup to go. And the Bruins continue to stretch their lead. Knocked away again. The referees are going to talk about it. And it is Rockbridge basketball just off the fingertips of one of the Battle players. And that is another Spartan turnover.
Katie Clucking checks back in for the Rockbridge Bruins here. It looks like they're trying to rotate in a few people, but for the most part keep their varsity squad in, although I think that might change here in the next coming quarters.
They look inside to Katie, and then she finds Erin Hewitt, and she gets the bucket to go. And Williams gets called for the travel as she picks up her dribble. Doesn't know what to do. That back pivot foot just slides enough. And that's another turnover for the Battle Spartans. Nice crowd on hand tonight. The Brew crew is out, even though there are still finals tomorrow. Must have got their studying in early tonight. Off the mark shot by Hewitt. And then she gets called for the foul, going for the rebound.
I'm sure any committed Rockbridge scholar knows how to work in a basketball game and some impressive studying.
Part of the study schedule.
CPS is built for success.
Yes. Couldn't agree more.
Anyway, back to the game here. Rockbridge Bruins take on this young Battle squad, and so far
Marshall gets the jump shot to go. Carrington Marshall, that was number 3 we couldn't figure out earlier. Listed on the JV roster, but she's playing significant varsity minutes so far tonight. Logston has it for the Bruins. She's going to give it to Clucking. Clucking pump fakes, gives it back to Logston. Swings it to McAllister. Inside to Collier. Back out to Logston. She's going to try the three-pointer. Just off the mark. Rebound by Hewitt. And Coach Jill Nagel wants a timeout, and it is granted, as there was something she didn't like for some reason. And the Bruins will take their first timeout of the night.
And I think Coach Jill Nagel might have just had a word there with Addie Logston. She came over missing her 3rd three-pointer so far tonight. It looks like she might be keeping it on the floor a little more often.
Well, they already have a decent lead. It's 22-9. However, Battle could still get back into this game.
Yeah.
So I don't see why not. They just can't keep throwing up some three-pointers.
And that's one thing that, you know, any big dog has to be careful of is, you know, the higher you are, the harder you fall. They got to make sure that they don't let this young Battle Spartans team get ahead of them. Just, you know, playing it safe, playing like they already have won here with 5:49 left in the second.
Logston will inbound it for the Bruins. She gives it to McAllister. McAllister dribbles it at the top of the key. Dish to Katie Clucking for the long three-pointer off the mark. Rebound, offensive rebound by Collier. McAllister is going to try the three, and that one's good.
McAllister does not miss.
3rd time was the charm for the Rockbridge Bruins as Logston and Clucking both missed, but McAllister gets it to go as Katie Clucking will be called for the carry. A little too much of a hesitation move there by the senior. She was very disappointed in that call.
And you see that, again, the dynamic duo we were talking about there, Katie Clucking and Peyton McAllister really just working in sync like that. They, you saw they came up with that little nice move down there in the paint. Just, you know, completely without exchanging any words. These two have played together for 4 years. They're really close friends. They play in competitive teams together, and they just know they have great chemistry. They know how to work together, and they know how to score.
More defensive pressure by the Bruins, but the Spartans are able to break the press. A three-point shot attempt by Battle is long. Rebound, Collier. That shot attempt was by number 13, Aaliyah McCarthy. As I believe there are 3 Elias on the Battle Spartans team.
It's a good name.
It's a popular name. All 3 spelled differently. We will spell them to you here after a while. Peyton McAllister running point for the Bruins. Clucking now handles the basketball. Hewitt, top of the key. Bruins continue to just pass the basketball around. Looking for maybe an opportunity to get inside as the Battle Spartans are in a little bit of a 2-3 zone, as it appears. Inside shot by Clucking off the mark. Rebound, McAllister. That's short. Another rebound by McAllister, and she's fouled. As that second attempt is just off the mark, but she will step to the free throw line.
That's that hard-nosed, nitty-gritty Bruins basketball that we were talking about. Taking form there in that Peyton McAllister foul.
Well, offensive rebounds require a lot of nit and a lot of grit. They certainly had a lot of offensive rebounds tonight from this nitty-gritty Rockbridge basketball team. First free throw by Peyton McAllister is good. Aaron Hewitt sits down as Paige McGee checks in for the first, Kate Lindmeyer, looking at the wrong roster, checks in for the first time tonight for the Bruins. Kate is a freshman, 5'7" guard.
You know, it must be a very intense experience to play as a freshman on a varsity squad like Rockbridge. You know, nearly five state championships, I believe, in the last 10 years, and they just really have, you know, set this legacy in Missouri as one of the dominant programs. So to step in like that, you have to assume that in the coming years you will be a highly coveted athlete here in Missouri girls basketball. So it's impressive to see one like Kate Linnemeyer step in and take on a role like that.
Green McLean comes in for the Bruins as Kemp gets away with the travel. Kendra Mackey now has the basketball. She gives it off to Ashley Bland. Spartans are not able to get much going on offense. This is another steal there by the Bruins, and McAllister looks to push up the floor. She decides now to slow it down. Gives it off to Clucking, though. Clucking attempts to go with the reverse layup. There's a little bit of an ugly shot there by Katie.
And this is what I was talking about. You can't let this, again, the lead is widely getting bigger. But, again, this Rockbridge team can't just assume that the game is over before it even starts.
Nice steal there by Kemp. 2-on-1. She throws it up there off the rim. Rebound Rockbridge, and McAllister wants to push it now. She's got a 1-on-3 situation. Now a call for triangle. Inside to Clucking. Good move there, and she's fouled. That foul was on Ashley Bland. That is her first team foul, or excuse me, her first foul, 5th team foul of the night.
As we said, 2 seniors here tonight, Katie Clucking and Peyton McAllister, both committed to go play at the next level. Katie committed to Truman State, just a few hours away in Kirksville, and Peyton to Southern Illinois, the Salukis.
Yes. Congratulations to them both, as Katie Clucking makes both free throws, and that'll make our score 28-9. Rockbridge continues to stretch their lead. Nice pass there inside to Williams, and she airballs the short-range jump shot, tie-up, jump ball, and then it'll be Battle basketball. .234 left here in the first half, as these Battle Spartans inbound it to Kemp. Stolen away by McAllister, and she's got nobody in front of her. She makes the easy layup. Nice play there by Peyton McAllister.
And that is Peyton McAllister's most favorite move right there, is the quick running on the go type layup after the steal.
And quick hands there again by McAllister. Gets another steal as Katie Clucking is fouled inside. It's on the floor. They will inbound it. Bruins inbound it to Green McLean. Pressure here by Kemp. Swung across the floor to Clucking. Up top to McAllister. McAllister dribbles the basketball inside to Clucking. 50-foot jump shot is short. Rebound Kemp. Ebony Kemp, the sister of Aaliyah Kemp, has checked into the game. Number 24 and 23 for the Spartans. Ebony is the older of the two, the senior guard. However, Aaliyah has been playing most of the game.
You know, I think Coach Fernandez here has just got to be, playing this game as a learning experience for these girls. Yes, he probably came into the game knowing that this Rockbridge team was going to be extremely difficult. I'm sure he had full faith in his squad to, possibly pull out the win. But again, they are an extremely young program. Rockbridge is extremely developed and extremely deep with talent and experience. And I think he just had to kind of go into this game and, assume that his girls were going to come out better, maybe if not with a win.
Well, I think Fernandez is, he's got the right attitude. I emailed him before the game just asking a little bit about his team. He said this is an extremely fun group to coach. They work hard and continue to learn. It's a mix of many different ages. He said fairly young groups will have our ups and downs. I think we're seeing that tonight with certainly some positive moments so far for the Spartans, but just as many downs as you could say. They had quite a few turnovers inside to Capper, and she gets that jump shot to fall. But he seems pretty proud of this team. Says they have good team chemistry and continue to learn the importance of unity as we continue to see this Spartans team sort of, I think they're just going to work and build throughout the year.
Yeah.
I think that's all you can do with a team this young.
And like we said, I never doubt the possibility that stands behind a group of young athletes that wants to work hard and get better. So, give it 2 or 3 years. This battle team might come back to the Bruins court and give them a run for their money. We don't know yet.
I read an article in the Columbia Missourian beforehand as well. Battle has never beaten Rockbridge in basketball, either boys or girls.
Wow.
They have a record of 0-12 right now since Battle was started way back in, was it 2013?
I believe so, yeah.
As boys were here last night, and Rockbridge won that one. And the Rockbridge girls have a pretty significant lead so far in this one, as it is 32-9 with 50.6 seconds left here in the first half. As we have a timeout here on the floor.
We'll take a short break, and we'll be back to you. This is Kieran and Matthew with CPS360.
Peyton McAllister is shooting free throws now for the Bruins. Missed the first one. Second one is good. As the Bruins will now also get to keep the basketball.
Seems to be kind of a relentless cycle here of Bruin victories over the Spartans here tonight. I wonder, I hate to see it, but I don't doubt that it might occur. Just, complete defeat of not necessarily on the scoreboard, but, mentally it's difficult to play from behind this much.
Exactly right. McAllister continues to run point guard for the Bruins. Logston has it now inside to Capron. Capron's going to sling it back out. Now McAllister's going to drive, but didn't dish. Skip pass across the floor off the hands of Kate Linnemeyer, and that'll be Spartans basketball. You know, Battle has not subbed in a whole lot tonight. I think we've seen 2, maybe 3 substitutions. So not only is it an inexperienced group, but it is a short bench. And with the continued pressure of the Bruins, they have to be getting tired out there.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that Coach Jill Nagel has really tried to work with and develop on her team is depth going all the way down the bench. I mean, Rockbridge varsity roster is not very long, but it's longer than most programs, and they are not afraid to bring up JV players. They have a lot of faith in their younger group, and I think that's one of the ways they have been so successful in these last few years is Jill Nagel's policy to keep fresh legs on the court.
Linnemeyer gets the first free throw to bounce in with 12 seconds left here in the first half. Second one is off the mark. Rebound by Linnemeyer herself. She's going to try it again. Bank shot goes. Just a few seconds left here, and a silly foul call, or a silly foul there, called on Linnemeyer as she fouls with 3.3 seconds left here. And that will send the Spartans to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
It's number 23, Elia Kemp, excuse me, step to the line.
That free throw is good. And that will put the Spartan offensive total into double digits, giving them 10 points on the night and a low-scoring first half for the Spartans. Second free throw is nothing but net. McAllister may try one last heave from half court, and it is just off the mark as it hits the back iron and spins off. However, I don't think it'll matter much in this game as the Bruins lead huge at halftime. As the score is 36-11, we're going to take a halftime timeout just after this one moment from Kieran. Kieran, you have something you want to say?
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to give a quick question here, Matt. You're Michael Fernandez. You're walking into the locker room. You're down by, 20-plus points, and you've got a group of young girls here who, they might not really want to come back out in the second half. What do you tell them?
Well, I think you just have to tell them to not worry about the score, as certainly you just can't look at the scoreboard anymore. You just got to get better at playing basketball. I mean, it's as simple as it right now. I mean, just not much you can tell them. You just tell them, keep your head up. It's going to get better. We got to build on this. Find something you can learn from here in the second half, and go from there. As it's they're certainly overmatched so far here in the first half. However, we'll see maybe a new Spartans team here in the second half.
I agree, Matt. Alrighty, we're going to take a short halftime break. We'll be right back. Stick with us, folks.
Welcome back to Rockbridge High School in Columbia, Missouri, as we are just set to get the second half underway here. I am Matthew Rothenberg.
And I'm Kieran Malloy here. We're going to be taking you on this adventure of Misha basketball. The Rockbridge Bruins are 36, Battle Spartans 11 as we start the second half of the game. Coach Jill Nagel's having a few words with her team there. It looks like she's pretty much just saying, keep doing what you're doing. Battle Spartans haven't been able to stop the Bruins yet, and it looks like they're keeping their starting lineup out here, so the trend may continue.
As it was all Bruins in the first half, they have the huge halftime margin now.
Addie Logston is going to inbound here for the Bruins. Going to get it to the Rockbridge floor general, Peyton McAllister, who's been controlling the ball for the evening. Gets it to Maddie Collier, center for the Bruins. Logston is going to pass it off to number 23 there, who's going to drive it in.
It was a nice play there by Pewitt. Just couldn't get the layup to go as she slashed across the free throw line. Nice attacking angle towards the basket. Nice pass by Clucking, just couldn't make the shot.
Number 14, Trinity McCoy, struggles there against Logston. And that's going to be an air ball by the Battle Spartans. Katie Clucking with a good move, tries to force away inside, but again, the Bruin layup does not fall. Trinity McCoy drives down the field. Katie Clucking in hot pursuit. Aaliyah Williams is going to kick it to Kendra Mackey, who's going to try to drive in, and it is fouled.
You know, Mackey is, I think, the best player on this Battle Spartan team. Started off with a quick bucket to open the game, giving the Battle Spartans their only lead of the night. However, she's been quiet ever since then. As you mentioned earlier, Jill Nagel does not like to have the stat scoreboard aspect on during the girls' basketball game, so we are not quite sure how many points anybody has tonight. However, I think Mackey's had a bit of a quiet night, as all the Spartans.
McAllister gets a finger on it, but Mackey recovers. Aaliyah Williams is going to control the ball here. And kicks it out to Aaliyah Kemp. That's Ashley Bland. Feeds it into Trinity McCoy. And Clucking is going to get it the long ball to McAllister, who cannot convert on the stop and go. McAllister kicks it out to Collier. Looks like the Bruins are just trying to set up a play at this point. They're not really concerned about, getting points on the board.
You know, I think they're trying to work inside as they continue to just work it around the top of the key. And there was that look inside, bad pass, go out of bounds. However, they've had an emphasis so far tonight working it inside. And I think we saw that there on that play. There's just a nice interior defense from the Spartans to force the turnover.
And that's the young Aaliyah Kemp, the sophomore, who's been controlling the ball. Trinity McCoy attempts the three-point shot, and it is no good. Peyton McAllister again with the deflection. I believe she might be in double digits for those on the night.
She's got quite a few tips and steals.
And Clucking seems to have gotten hit in the eye possibly, but does draw the foul and is going to stay in. That's that tough, nitty-gritty attitude that Coach Nagel likes to instill in her players.
Well, Katie's a good friend of the program. We wish her all the best on this eye injury. And she got poked right in the eye on that one. She's going to try the three-pointer, though.
Looks like depth perception might be a little bit off. That one falls short.
Well, she does wear glasses. Might have something to do with those. My goodness.
And quite the block there by Clucking as she comes out of nowhere.
I don't think she had any depth perception issues on that play. That was, my goodness, wow. That was quite the block.
That was one of the hardest blocks I've seen in high school basketball.
I would have to agree. Maybe she was a little upset when poked in the eye on that last play.
I think so.
I think we're all aware of her anger now. We'll steer clear of Katie after the game. Got a timeout here by Rockbridge.
We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. And we're back here. Rockbridge Bruins 36, Battle Spartans remain at 11. A slow second half for both teams thus far. Katie Clucking with the monster block right before the timeout there. Battle Spartans are going to inbound it, going to get it to Kendra Mackey as they move down the court. Mackey drives inside and is fouled by Collier, I believe. Collier might be rotating out with, I believe it's Mary Capron, who comes in and out for her as the other big body. She's got quite a few fouls on the night.
That's her third foul, and that's not quite certainly too much trouble. However, she might still take a seat here as we are only in the third quarter. 4:38 remains. But if she's to get a quick fourth, she certainly would have to take a seat for a while now. It's a high-arcing free throw by Mackey.
Peyton McAllister is going to take it up. She gets it to Erin Pruitt. And again, I agree. I think they're trying to feed it inside. I think Collier is trying to, get ISO'd there one-on-one with number 34, Ashley Bland. And the Bruins are just willing to, stop, take their time, and set up a good play.
Well, the Spartans are in a 2-3 zone, and for the Rockbridge Bruins, that means they have to find those soft spots in the zone. They found it a few times right there at the free throw line. And then on either side of the lane, we'll see if they continue to want to work to those areas.
Addie Logston drives in with the feed from Peyton McAllister. That was a good play there by the Bruins. Aaliyah Kemp controlling the ball here for the Spartans. Going to take a minute and see if she can direct something out, direct traffic. Trinity McCoy feeds it to Kemp and gets it to Williams. Williams is going to kick it back out to McCoy, and that is going to be no good for three. Little struggle down there between Williams and McAllister. And I don't think I spoke too soon because Mary Capron comes in from Addie Collier as she is going to sit down on the bench for a little while.
Katie Clucking also takes a seat, and that was steal by McAllister.
McAllister with those high tempo type plays there. She racks up another two for herself. Scores now 40-12 with 2:57 left in the third. Addie Logston is going to get the steal and convert. I think things are getting a little out of hand here, and if I'm Coach Michael Fernandez, I'm going to try to slow things down. I might call a timeout here.
We'll see what the Spartans want to do here on offense. as the pressure so far in the second half as well as the first half has just been too much for the Spartans team. Kendra Mackey gets the nice layup to go.
Peyton McAllister controlling the floor here. Aaron Pewitt going to get kicked out to McAllister, and she's going to lose control of the ball. Oop. Slight misstep, almost climbs into the stands.
Kind of a sloppy play there all around by McAllister.
Yeah.
Just sort of loses the basketball and then almost eats it in the bleachers.
And this is where we're going to start seeing some of the younger player rotation in. We've got Ella Schouten, the freshman guard.
Is it Shooten? Schouten?
Schouten, I believe.
Schouten, all right.
Katie Clucking with the big vertical. Alaya Kempf gets a little redemption there on the block, but McAllister still converts. That's another 2 for Rockbridge. You can see tensions are high with both teams at this point.
Been a chippy game.
Yeah. Kick it out to Trinity McCoy.
Got some new players in for battle as well, I believe. Check that. No, we don't.
Finals week really does have you a little groggy there, Matt.
Just a little bit. Had a bit of a cold all week. That calc final got me earlier today. Not to mention the psych final a couple hours before that one.
Yeah.
It's been a fun day. Well, we're here and we're having fun tonight as our score is 46-16.
And another steal by the Bruins, and the Battle Spartans don't even attempt to walk down to the other end of the field. You got to be worried at this point if you're Fernandez that at this point your team is just going to kind of fall apart.
Not a bad move there, though.
As we dwindle down into the final seconds of the third period here, it scores 48-18. Spartans trail by 20. Excuse me, 30.
There you go.
Finals.
How'd you do in your stat final there, Kieran?
Actually, I have not checked my score.
Okay. Well, with that quick math, I'm sure you did fine.
Yeah. Very emblematic. Katie Clucking goes to the line here and misses her first free throw. And a whole host of new Spartans step in. We're going to take a second here.
Here are the Spartans I was talking about. We've got number 3, Miss, let's see how we want to pronounce
Carrington?
this one. Carrington. I think Carrington's nice. Carrington Marshall, number 3. Number 5 is checked in. That is Paige McGee. Who else is in here? Number 13. Another Aaliyah McCarthy. That's the third Aaliyah of the 3 Aaliyahs. We've got Aaliyah Williams, Aaliyah Kemp, and Aaliyah McCarthy.
And Katie Clucking dives to save the ball, keep it in the Bruin half. Coach Nagel likes that intensity. 14 seconds left in the third period. Stay with us, folks. And we're back. Rockbridge Bruins 49, Battle Spartans 18. Last 10 seconds of the third quarter here. Katie Clucking's going to drive in, and the layup is no good. I'm not sure Clucking has any points, maybe 2 on the night, and that is extremely uncharacteristic of her. She's averaging 13 to 18 points a game.
Spartans aren't able to get a shot off there. Katie, as you mentioned, has had a bit of an uncharacteristic night. She's doing everything right. Sealed off Mackey there. Had a good look at the basket. She's just missing simple shots.
Yeah.
However, it has not made much of a difference, as that will take us to the fourth quarter. We're going to take another quick timeout. It is 49-18. Rockbridge leads. Welcome back to Rockbridge. Our score is 49-18. Rockbridge set to inbound it here to start the fourth quarter, and it has been all Bruins in this one.
Clucking gets it out to the freshman, Kate Linnemeyer. Clucking and McAllister, the only remaining starters in. And McAllister, that one's going to fall a little bit short there. Might have had something in her eye or something. And Mackey's going to drive in. Mackey, again, just kind of taking over for this battle team. Some of her teammates have relinquished themselves to walking up and down the court as the Bruins run up the score on them. But Mackey seems to be hanging in there, along with Kemp and a few others. And, you know, you love to see it.
Well, she's a competitive player. She's a returning all-district player. Easily the best player on the Spartans team. She's doing a lot of right things tonight, but when it's 1-on-5, it's difficult to get anything going. As she's certainly trying to do it all by herself, and it's just not working out for her.
Number 3, Carrington Marshall, might have control of the ball at this point, trading off with Elia Kemp. Mackey's going to move in and shoots just over the basket. Clucking and McAllister. That chemistry is daunting to see. McAllister's going to sit in the corner, favorite spot to pop off one of her threes. Missed her last one of the first we've seen in the game. And McAllister's going to toss it into Clucking, who's going to put it up. Finally, one of her layups drops for the night.
You know, maybe finals week has just gotten to her too, Kieran.
Yeah.
A lot of stress. She might be nervous about something, but you know what? She's starting to play a little bit better, and that's good as we move forward here throughout the rest of the 2017-2018 campaign. And there's a steal by Kate.
There we go. Catherine Fitzgerald drives down into the lane and is going to get fouled.
And we've got a technical foul now as well. That has been assigned to the returning all-district player we mentioned, Kendra Mackey. And now the referees are going to talk this one over. Tempers are flaring here at Rockbridge High School, folks.
I'm not sure I saw what the technical was over, but I can see the emotion in Mackey right now, and I assume that, you know, this lead just got to her.
There's a lot of competitive juices flowing right now from both teams. As you see, you've got some nitty-gritty players on both teams. Mackey's certainly one of those, as well as Clucking. Just to sort of get in your face and never one to crack a smile on the court. However, that often leads to a little bit of bitterness on both sides. That's where we get plays like this.
Yeah. You know, Misha has always kind of preached that community-type mentality among all of its programs. You know, athletics are family here in Missouri, and I'd hope to see this Rockbridge team try to, shake hands with the battle team at the end of the game. The battle team do so as well, regardless of the score. Because I think both teams, the score doesn't show it, but I think both teams have shown a lot of heart tonight. There hasn't been much of a diminishing effort from either side, which is always encouraging to see.
Looks like they've got everything sorted out now. As Miss Clucking misses the first free throw. She gets the second one to go, and now she has to shoot 2 more free throws, and she was fouled on the play that ensued before the technical foul. And she gets a friendly roll on that one. Goes 2 for 4 at the line. As Katie just looks a little upset tonight.
Yeah. She looks a little frazzled, which is kind of uncharacteristic of her. Usually she's a pretty cool, calm, collected player. She does have that temper flare up every now and then, but that's nothing that the Coach Jill Nagel hasn't been able to kind of get together or anything. But tonight she just really looks like she's been struggling across the board. And that's going to be an attempted inbound by Katie, but it's going to be Battle Spartans' ball.
She tried to save it. I'm not really sure what happened on that play in terms of communication. As they just pass went one way and Clucking went the other. She recovered enough to try to save it. She came up a little bit wobbly and just didn't have a very good save attempt. Yeah,
they're going to let these last 5 minutes go to the up-and-coming Rockbridge Bruins. A legacy being left by Clucking and McAllister is going to have to be forged by these young women here, and they're going to get some experience tonight against this Battle Spartans team that, like them, doesn't have much experience on a varsity court.
We've also got the senior Jessica Hodder into the game for the first time. She commands the middle of this 2-3 zone for the Bruins. As the Brew Crew asks for the Spartans to shoot.
And that's Eli Kemp, who reaches up there and gets a hand on it, manages to pull the ball down before it can go in. Number 11, Ella Schouten, feeds it in to, wow, Aaron Pewitt.
Well, that pass there makes me want to stand up and shout.
Yeah.
On the inbounds there, she's able to find Pewitt and get the nice bucket. As the Brew Crew starts to cheer for when the Bruins score 60, Rockbridge will, the student section will receive their $5 Shakespeare's gift card.
Yeah.
And they are getting very excited now, only 5 points away. It's a nice little promotion they have here at Rockbridge. The Brew Crew sporting the Christmas theme tonight.
Yeah.
And they now chant, "We want Shakespeare." Don't we all?
Number 23, Erin Pewitt, although she's only a sophomore, she is one of the leaders of this young squad and will definitely be an up-and-coming threat for the Bruins here in the 2018-2019 seasons.
Hodder travels there on that play, just got a little too excited. She gets the first offensive touch tonight. Feet started moving before the basketball did. Ooh.
And that's number 13, Eli McCarthy. Eli with a Y.
Nice looking 3-point shot attempt there by McCarthy. She's taken quite a few on the night. None as pretty as that, though, because that was all bottoms. Well, Kieran, I think the only question that remains in this game is, will the Bruins get to 60?
Yeah.
To the pleasure of the Brew Crew student section. as the Bruins here do not move with much urgency on offense, as they have no reason to. They're up 55-21 with 1:30 left here in the game. And sorry to break it to the Brew Crew, I'm not sure that the Bruins are going to get to 60 with this sort of offensive attack that they are in now.
Yeah, and the last 60 seconds are going to dwindle down. And I don't think that they're going to get these 5 points. The Brew Crew defeated. No pizza.
What will they ever do with that pizza?
And Aaliyah Williams with the 3-point shot that bounces out.
And now with the running clock, this $5 gift card to Shakespeare's looks even more unlikely now, as there are only 30 seconds left to get 5 points for the Rockbridge Bruins. It's a nice attack there by Aaliyah McCarthy, as she just drives the lane with her right hand, throws up a shot, and is able to draw the contact and get the foul.
McCarthy is not able to sink this free throw. 5-4. It's coming down to the wire here. And that is going to be our final score. 55-22. Rockbridge Bruins over the Battle Spartans. They continue the battle here between these two schools. Rockbridge undefeated against the Spartans.
That'll make it 0-13 combined between the boys and the girls teams. Battle trying to still beat Rockbridge in basketball. They have yet to do it. As overall dominating performance by the Bruins, the 4th-ranked Bruins get back to their winning ways after their most recent game was a loss. Good for them to get back into the win column. That'll move their record to 7-2, while the Battle Spartans fall to 1-6.
Yeah, you know, it was difficult to watch tonight just to see that lead really slip away from the Spartans there. It looked a little disheartening at some points, but, you know, I think that they handled it well. The small upperclassmen, the small amount of upperclassmen that they had really sort of, you know, kind of kept their team together and did all they could against this impressive Rockbridge team.
As we're going to say so long here from Rockbridge High School, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Matthew Rothernick.
And I'm Karen Malloy, and this has been CPS 360 Sports. Catch us after Christmas break. Everyone have a happy holidays.